tonight, the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Other.
Yes, I'm here. I don't really want to be here tonight wearing my sad Seidel shirt. You know, sometimes this wrestling stuff gets a little, you're just talking about the same old shit here. I'm looking at a bunch of notes. I have some random things in here. That's why the name of this show is the name of the show. So be looking forward to that. We got to switch it up here. YouTube, by the way, what's your problem? I'm not allowed to show clips of something that's not actually an event that everybody is sharing online and everywhere. I understand copyright policies, right? But, there's so much gray area. Certain people can do certain things. I don't understand how any of that works. So get your shit together, YouTube. Just messing up my whole life here. Like, share, subscribe, right? I got to liven this up. That's what AI told me anyway. Told me I was low T and low energy and low IQ. It did mention I was funny, so at least there's that. So cool. Shout out to you, AI, for that. But all that other stuff, that's not true. Okay? I don't care if a supercomputer on the X machine said it. So what else we got to talk about tonight? We got a porn star, Nadia White, who is in the wrestling business. I didn't realize wrestling in porn stardom was match made in heaven or similar in any way, but apparently to Miss Nadia White, it is. I read some of this article. She basically is comparing pro wrestling to the porn scene, probably with the backstage politics and things, because now that she's over wrestling, I don't know, somewhere, it's like a bad thing to have that on your portfolio and your resume. Don't forget what happened with Triple H in China. That's why she wasn't around for a while. At least that was, the reasoning. Her porn started them. But if you can see here, she was asked more questions like about people having issues with it, not really so much in the crowd, but with the people backstage. You would have to assume if there were parents and kids in the crowd or whatever, they're not going to know who you are, or maybe they do, but they're not going to say. So they're not going to be complaining in Bible Belt areas and things, which was spoken about here. But what I found funny was in this one quote, "How often has this happened to you, brother?" It was a brother. So we found out we got a brother in there. So she's a legit wrestler if you're using brother. Brother, it was my first show. My very first show after training. The girl I was supposed to wrestle didn't agree with my job. So she went to the venue to get me removed from the show. But luckily, the promoter didn't think that was right. So we moved to the venue and I had a different opponent. But my very first show? How can you do that to someone? I worked my ass off to get there. I moved across the country, blah, 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 brother. And thank you, Ringside News, where I got this from. So there you go. Turned wrestler. So now she's just pro wrestler. Just like Logan Paul was boxer, and now he is pro wrestler. Shout out to you, Nadia White. Maybe we'll get her on someday, now that she's wrestling. She's in my world now. Yep. All right, you can get off my screen here. Anyway, what's going on with you guys, huh? Uh-oh. Where am I? It's taken over. I had to exit out of everything. Are we still live? I think we are. Don't forget to retweet and share this, everybody. Tell everybody. We're live tonight before SmackDown. I have things to talk about. Instead of taking a nap, which I should probably do, you know, and you need those nappies.
Welcome to hell.
I just pressed the button so I could take a sip here.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Keep sharing, keep liking. I'm sure you're all doing that right now. I'm sure the millions out there are just tapping away. So, let's check on the chat. Anybody here? Look at this. We got Coach in the house. F YouTube Doctor, thank you. Everybody's on the doctor side, of course. Sasha Rain's in the house, who is downloading Skype on her phone. Well, breaking news. I don't have my breaking news with me tonight, but let's do what do we got for you? We'll play a sample for you.
And I know that you like hoes.
Yep. It must be true. He said it. The Godfather told you. Sorry, Sasha Rains. But breaking news. Anyway. So that story, I just did that, right? PornStarMania running wild all over everybody, brother. AEW is going to Max soon. Everybody knows this. But are people actually going to go out of their way to get it because of AEW now? They're still on TV. I think they're going to give them a catalog and, you know, like a whole archive and maybe the lives, I'm sure. The PLEs, sorry. But to me, I got Peacock. I have Netflix. I really don't even need those if it wasn't for WWE. And I hate that everybody's kind of sucking me into all this other stuff that I don't have time to watch all this stuff. And even if I do, you usually run out of stuff. Like I'll watch Cobra Kai, a movie or two that I haven't seen in a million years. And that's it. And then I shut it off. Now I have to keep the thing on. And it's like, I don't even know. It's probably it'll be $15 by next summer. Yeah, the cheapest version of it. Because it all just keeps going up and up. Peacock, same thing. Started off like $4.99. I'm like, $4.99, that's not bad. It may even have started off at like $3.99 at the very beginning. But now it's like $8, $9.
It's the shits.
Yeah. So Max, you know, I would like to see the Penguin. Is that all bunched in with HBO? Anybody know anything about this?
Yeet!
No? Yes?
No yeet.
Well, doesn't matter because I'm not getting it. And yeah, sure. Maybe it's because I'm poor, right, kids? All the kids online. Oh, you still have advertisements on YouTube? Yup, I do. Because it's always been that way. And why am I going to I want to give them $15 a month or whatever to everybody now to not have ads, to just be able to see everything. Just bring back Blockbuster, bring back movie theaters, like for real. All this online shit is terrible. The video games stink now.
It's the shits.
The movies stink in general. Everything's pretty bad. So when we had hard copies of products, as you can see and feast your eyes on behind me, you know, when the lights shut off, when the drones take over and just EMP us or whatever, I'll still have a VCR in an EMP proof case that I'm going to pull out. I'm going to play my DVDs and my VCRs, my tape cassettes. And I'm going to die, I guess. I don't know. Right? After all that, I don't think the collectibles game will be on fleek, you know, after an EMP attack. Just saying. Or maybe they'll be worth way more. Who knows? So I'm going to keep all the. I'm not even going to take the toys out of the packages during the apocalypse. I'll keep them in there just in case we get through. And then everybody else's toys are going to be messed up. And these will be the only toys in town in the box. Yep, fighting off zombie hordes to keep the collection safe. Yep. That John Cena right there, it's got to be $60 now. That's $60, bro? Really? Killing it. Yep. So, it's not that I'm poor. I'm not a fucking idiot. It's pretty much the end of that discussion there. But how about this for news? Some rumors, which I rarely do. Cena versus Cody at WrestleMania. That would be super mega huge. But they will both be, ultimate good guys, which isn't really like the big appeal for most pro wrestling through the you need the white hat and the black hat, right? Generally, I understand everybody gets what's going on, but when you're talking about like a main event for WrestleMania, that would be one, I guess. And do you really want to just I see that as an automatic L for John Cena, but then again, I was arguing against this a couple of weeks ago on my 2 p.m. pro wrestling expert panel, and maybe it is what's best for business, giving John Cena all the titles in the world. More than the Ric Flair. Let's speak like Iron Sheik for a little bit, because why not? He's a worser than the Michael Jacksons. Famous quote by Iron Sheik. Yep. 2 p.m. tomorrow, by the way. Go check it out. We're going to be here live. Me, the Sleaze, King Reezy, Danny Damage, and who knows, maybe we'll get a special guest. We're looking for special number 5s now. Mama Rains wants to say hi to you. Well, hello to Mama Rains. There you go. You got a shout out there from none other than the best in the world.
He is none other than
The best in the world!
Thank you. Thank you, Mama Rains. And thank you, Spooky Reezy. Spook freaking Reezy. Is that racist? Are you being racist? Don't do that. Boom. Shout out to you. He'll be on with us tomorrow, of course. That's right. I may get a horror expert on with us, Reezy. I don't want to give it away, but we've been in talks. And he's somebody in these horror podcast streets. And I know you're into horror, and I know the Sleaze is into it, and I'm into it, especially when you're posting all them gifs of boobies from the 80s. Then I'm into it too. Especially the Freddy Kruegers and the Chuckies. I don't mind the mainstream stuff. Or how about the Toxic Avenger, Nukem High? I grew up on Nukem High, bro. What do you know about Nukem High? Nothing, probably. I know you know King Reezy. Spook freaking Reezy. I was just watching this guy. He's probably still alive right now. This is what I watch, folks. This is the most badass dude in the world. He's the Admiral.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
He's the Duke.
What?
And he's the GOAT.
What?
All self-proclaimed, of course. I'm the king of some media. That's what I'm running with. Not the king of all media. That would be that's a little too much these days. Like, there's a niche for everything out here. But I'm the king of some media. I know wrestling, Dabbleverse, the entertaining stuff. So, breaking news. Stuttering John. In my world, this is a big deal. In my podcast world. My podcast watching world. This is my podcast doing world. So I'm just relaying messages. Because there's not a whole lot of wrestling news. I mean, we will get into some wrestling stuff. But in the meantime, look at this badass and tell me you wouldn't want to hear what he has to say about everything. Because it's ridiculous. Most of the time, it's obnoxious. And there's a huge story arc going on with him out here. He just spent the night with a young comic, up and coming female comic, and now he's gloating. People are breaking news. Nobody can believe it. It's hard to believe, but he is a badass. He is the Duke. So shout out to you, Duke. He's going to tie another one on tonight. And I don't know how he manages to function like every day doing that. Getting obliterated by 8 p.m. Eastern time. So that's in the news. It's big news, I'm telling you. Being followed around by PIs out here. This whole podcast game now is like, ever since I've been gone and come back, it's just gone to a whole nother level of like stupid. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Bring it on. Bring on the stupid, right? And here's some more stupid. Rhea and Liv are going to face off at January 6th. They love saying January 6th over and over. The WWE. We know why. Just kind of recall all those bad memories of those evil Republican conservatives trying to take over the country, and it scared me so much. Scared everybody so much. They just broke in and they climbed it, and all the grandmas just took over the Capitol, and I was like, whoa, fuck. It's like we're in for some dark days. So again, we might be in for some dark days because Rhea Ripley, in my book, at least promo work, she's good in the ring.
It's the shits.
But her promo work is the shits. She annoys me. She's got way too many nose rings for my liking. You want to have one nose ring? You want to be cute and have two nose rings? When you start to have 3-4 nose rings,
it's the shits.
Get off my lawn, Rhea Ripley, with all your tattoos and all your nose rings and your eye rings and your tongue rings and your lip rings. Like, when do you actually practice wrestling when you're just busy getting tatted and ringed up? That's what I want to know. And plus, doesn't it hurt when you're getting smashed on your head and your face and your ears and you got all this stuff in there? I would think so. I think it's dangerous. Take it out. Maybe they do before matches. But in the promos, man, holy mackerel. She looks like that fucking Persian giant from 300. You know what I mean? With all them just multiple rings. Like, I don't know. It's not my style. Right, Coach? Coach knows. She has daddy problems. That must be it. And Merry Christmas to Mama Reigns as well. And don't ever steal a gimmick from me again, The Rock. That Mama Reigns is mine. Or else I'll see you in fake court. Yep, so Rhea Ripley better not be taking this title off of Liv. It's too good. If it's going to be taken off her, you do it at WrestleMania. There's more Liv and Dominic Mysterio eating chicken nuggets to be had. That's what I'm saying. That's what I believe in. And I'm going to repeat that message over and over in my little soapbox here until it happens. And if not, I'm going to complain with all the other babies online. I'm going to go where, and just continue to hate Rhea Ripley's nose rings. It's really all I'm going to do. I'll take it to Judge Judy. Maybe I'll do that too. We'll have to do that. She's fair and balanced. Grandpa told me so. So should she get the title back, you think? Or does it really matter at this point? Certainly doesn't matter to me. I know it does to many of you out there. And I would have to assume the Marks want Rhea, the Smarks want Liv. Case closed. Sprinkle crack on them, right? Just like Dave Chappelle used to say. Because they're finished. That's exact. I just nailed the whole thing right there. We don't even have to talk about it anymore. Good. moving on to Bischoff and Dave Meltzer beefing online still. You know, they'll never stop. Of course, I know what you're doing. It's what's best for Eric Bischoff business and Dave Meltzer business. And that's why I just had to unfollow Dave Meltzer, probably for the seventh time in my Twitter life, because I follow him because I want to just see the goofiness and whatever he's saying. And he sure posts a lot. He posts a lot. Like, every time you go on there to check up anything, he's there. Okay. And now it's only gotten worse. He's beefing with Eric Bischoff, and then he starts posting his articles. I understand promoting. Everybody has to promote on social media. By the way, like, share, subscribe right fucking now, please. Retweet this. Thank you. I'm sure you're doing it right this second. But I understand promoting. But you don't have to post every 15 seconds. And I just had a whole news feed of only Dave Meltzer. And it drove me crazy. So I said, unfollow. Not blocking, unfollowing, Dave. I said, get out of here, just like this. And he disappeared. And I was like, geez, now I can actually see what my people are saying, what the HUGEnverse is talking about, what they want to know about. Meltzer forgot one match from Saturday night. Main event, the rating. I mean, that's, everybody makes mistakes. So, not talking about that. But if Bischoff and Meltzer don't do a podcast in here where we're totally fair and balanced, come here. I have no stake in the game for either one of yous. I do like Eric Bischoff a little more. He's actually tipped me doing my show before, back in the Periscope days. Shout out to you again, Easy E, for that. But we won't be that biased. We'll be a little biased, but we won't be that biased. So come on, Dave Meltzer. Let's go, Easy E, and we'll hash it out here. I won't let anybody talk over anybody unless it's warranted. And we can have a nice half-hour discussion, what have you, after that, and you guys can just hash this thing out. With words, debate style on the Dr. Huge Show. Clip it, Sasha Reigns. Tell everybody. It was Liv's match. He forgot about the rating. See, Sasha Reigns wants to have a word with you as well, Dave Meltzer, and your 5-star rating systems and all this stuff. We need to know. A wrestling debate between Eric Bischoff and Dave Meltzer right here. Nowhere else. Don't steal my ideas. And of course, you'll get paid from it from somebody, not me, because I'm not paying for shit. Okay. Maybe you guys can pay me for this, because this would put you over so huge with all the streets out here. The real ones. Like I said, I don't care. I don't care who's right and who's wrong, really. I like the entertainment that is coming from it online. It's, it's a lot of works. I don't believe anything anymore. Maybe they really don't like each other. Maybe they really disagree this badly about pro wrestling, right? As if that fucking matters, because they're supposedly loosely around the game right now. They're not like in the game at the moment. Supposedly, allegedly, in my opinion. I don't want to get sued, right, for stating possible facts. Sasha Reigns, did you have something else to say? No, it was the same one. That's all right. And you were correct. So moving on. Another thing I've noticed repeatedly for years now, driving me crazy, driving me Miss Daisy, and I don't even know her name anymore. It's the ref in AEW. Everybody's talked about it when it was like at its worst. When she was full on disco dancing out there, it was the complete and utter drizzling
It's the
shit.
shits.
The worst. She called so much attention to herself, but okay, it hasn't been as bad as of late. I watched a couple of AEWs recently. She's reffing some of the matches. Put her in the chat if you know her name. I used to know it. I know her as the human foot, like MJF called her one night. And that will always stick with me. It's a human foot. So she's disco dancing, she's doing all that, but she calms it down. But there's still like, she's like getting blown back by every maneuver being made in front of her. It blows her back. It's like, whoa. Yes, Aubrey, thank you. Aubrey Edwards, shout out to you. It is entertaining at times, but come on. It was too much. It's still kind of too much, in my opinion, and allegedly. But the getting blown back, and then the worst of all, when somebody's about to do like a medium risk maneuver to high risk maneuver within that range, she's like gets this face on like she disapproves, like, oh no, don't do that. You can't have that right now. Like, it's so over the top though. I get what you're doing. You know, maybe AEW allows these things, and apparently they do, but I don't want it on my TV. Get it off my TV. Distracts me. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the crowd. I'm looking at the ref. I'm looking at the wrestlers. You know, I'm not always focused because I'm a hypo in my brain or something. And, the announcers are talking. There's a lot going on. Smoke, people coming out of the rafters, fireworks, Vince McMahon pulling his pants down. I can even go on forever with this. There's like a lot going on. So it's a little distracting, though. It takes away from all that other stuff going on when the referee, which is supposed to be one of the straight things going in that world, the more realistic thing going on in that world. Because why would you have a ref in the ring other than for the illusion that there's an actual contest going on? But when they're disco dancing in there and not approving of maneuvers and getting blown back by everything, whoa, somebody just did a schoolboy, like, holy shit. You know, it stinks. And again, get it off my TV or else, Tony Khan, that's for you.
It's the shits.
Anything on what happened on TNA last night? Of course not, because, again, I don't have TNA. They took Access TV away from me. I'm going to have to find a way to watch some of this, because as a callback to my earliest story tonight, PornStarMania, with Nadia something or other out here wrestling and losing work possibly and getting heat from the locker rooms around the country. She was talking about Dolph Ziggler, who's in TNA, and another wrestler, going to the AVNs and playing that all up. But how come she can't? Because she's, banged a room full of guys and stuff on film. Like, she only referees Jericho's matches. Aubrey, we were talking about earlier. And she definitely does all of his matches, but she does some others as well. So, again, I don't want to be too harsh on her. She's gotten better. She stopped with the cartwheels and the backflips right in the middle of the match. So, again, everybody at Meltzer and Bischoff, we got to get this contract done. Contract signing, we'll do that live as well. Thank you. Mike Tyson doesn't remember fighting Jake Paul, he says. Did you hear this story? Have you seen this story? And he also questions, why the hell did I do this? And obviously, Iron Mike, the reason why you did it was for the money, right? That's why you got all that money now. Get it? But we know you get it. You're a good businessman. You understand these big, high numbers and what you value yourself at, which must be incredibly high. So you got paid. Jake Paul got paid. Everybody else got played, son. See what I did there? Matt Hardy sees. Everybody else got played, brah. So who are you fooling, Mike Tyson? You're not fooling this guy. Can't believe he said that. I can't believe he does business with the Pauls. Can't believe WWE does business with the Pauls. But they do, so we're just going to have to deal with it, I guess. Why couldn't they let Jake Paul fight like 6 pit bulls? Or how about just like throw a couple lions in a cage with him? I think that would be good. Oh man, yeah, I need to get some. I'm sure I have the Shane music somewhere, but man, I got way too many samples, way too many jams around here. What else we got here? How about this? Here's a story for you, Sasha Reigns, right up your alley. Clues are out there about Dakota Kai possibly being the one that took out Kairi Sane last week. And that's crazy. That means the end of Damage Control possibly, or a return of Asuka maybe, to then put back Damage Control and then make them all Asian the way I wanted it to be in the first place. But then who's going to speak for him, right? If Dakota Kai is kicking Kairi Sane in the head and breaking her arm and things like this. Because nobody, unless Asuka's been away this whole time and just learned English, like we know somebody else should be doing right now. Yeah, do more English, less surfing, Nakamura, Asuka, everybody in the WWE that can't speak English. I mean, we got Andrade. He kind of almost is speaking English now. And shit, you should be. You're married to Charlotte Flair. She speaks English. She's speaking the English. I know it's a tough deal to learn, this English, but you're getting paid. You're in a company that's like, look, John Cena learned Chinese, and John Cena's an idiot.
I drink that.
Not Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins doesn't know nothing. Okay, he only knows Seth Rollins' language. That's all he knows, and cackling.
Is there nobody fucking in this goddamn fucking world?
You're not Seth Rollins. Is this Alex Jones?
All right, see, I shouldn't even be live right now.
Well, why are you live right now? You have anything else to say to me?
God fucking damn it, man. What the
We caught him. He's pissed we caught him.
When the fuck are we going live? I can't do this.
We're alive, Alex.
Fuck Trump and fuck these fucking
All right. We'll see you later then. Yep. Bye, Alex. And hello, Seth. That's how we do it here. People just come in and out of my studio here all the time. Off screen, of course. So, Damage Control. Stick together. Be Asian. And that's what's best for business. Wrestle Talk had a whole list of 2025 Hall of Famers. I saw Bray Wyatt on there. And then I went on there and I scrolled down, right, after all these pop-ups came up on my screen and everything. And I kept scrolling. I kept exiting out of pop-ups. And then there was nothing else. And it said, you know what you should do? Click on this button and go to the next screen. And then I went, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. So I exit out of it, and now I don't have any notes about any of that or who they thought was in it, or maybe has already been picked. I don't know. But Bray Wyatt would be nice to have in there because it was on page 1. And I will not be clickbaiting and clicking on a million different things. And you definitely won't get that from any of my websites, especially the new one I made today. I have a store up on Teespring. Go check it out. Cheap, super cheap. Get everything Dr. Huge there. More to come. Just open, grand opening. We'll be adding all the bells and whistles to that all over streams and all over your life. Dr. Huge merchandise everywhere. And then I want to watch Stephen Flow. Have you guys seen Stephen Flow? We should watch that. It's going to take me a minute, so bear with me. And future me, make sure to edit this part out. Thank you. You're the best. You're the best in the world. Hold on. Let's play a best in the world. Well,
The best.
oh, I looked something up.
The best in the world.
Mm-hmm. We're there. Hopefully we don't get any more copyrights, but you know me, I'm a bad boy around here. Nobody tells me what to do. The bad boy of wrestling podcasts, wrestling comedy podcasts. Screen share. Stephen Flow. Here we go. Let's pump it up for Stephen. Wow. Is this the best gimmick ever? Go. So yeah, he's killing it right now. Let's fast forward a little bit. He's doing the whole Eddie Vedder. Your new favorite wrestler, everybody, Stephen Flow. And if you don't know, if you're like under the age of 100, you might not know this, but that's from Pearl Jam. Yep, Pearl Jam did that song many, many years ago in a galaxy far, far away. And now a wrestler's doing it as his whole gimmick. That one song, dressed up like a grunge guy, which, hey, who knows how far he'll take that thing. It's going pretty far. Maybe he can be as big as a cheeseburger or something out here. You never know. We got a SmackDown tonight to talk about. If you want to know what you want to talk about.
What do we want to talk about?
Right. But I still have more things I want to talk about, like this. Let's do another screen share. Look at, we're pumping it up tonight with, not you, yes you. We're gonna watch the Superman trailer live together. You know how everybody reacts? I'm gonna do the greatest reaction ever. It'll be the best reaction there is, and then I'll get 1 million views and become the next Diddy. So let's watch it. Because you can't hate me for doing this, right, YouTubes? Everybody else does it. How come I can't do stuff? Watch, they're going to harass me. I'm going to tell you all. Mark my words, I will be harassed for this, which is crazy to me. Going slow, slowly.
You're missing it. Hold on.
Crypto. Home.
Wanted you to see my tears.
Take me home.
Superman.
Oh my God. Wow. 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 That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Give me likes. Give me subscribes right now. I put on a performance. I even teared up. I teared up on purpose for you, for your viewing pleasure. So go goof on me. Go tell everybody and give me the biggest push out there ever. Because we just watched the trailer that you also saw with your eyes, but your eyes don't matter. It only matters about how I'm going to react to it. And nobody reacts really as naturally as Dr. Huge does, or ever will, or ever could be.
It's the shits.
Right? Thank you. Thank you. Performance of a lifetime. I know. Better than the trailer itself. Why didn't they make me Superman? Why didn't they make me Crypto and Lois Lane? And I should have played every part in that movie. That's how good I am. Like, share, retweet. So here's some news. I hope we got a pretty deadly match tonight. So you're just going to ignore that whole performance I just did for you, Sasha Reigns, and talk about Pretty Deadly of all people. I see how it is. Just going to gloss over that Academy Award winning, Emmy Award winning, VH1 Movie Awards winning performance. Jeez. You guys are so fickle out here. The fuck. All right. NBA. I have to speak on them for a minute. Their All-Star game will be coming up, within a month or two. People are picking all their favorites, right? And then the NBA, they got a whole new set of rules now. It's not going to be just an all-star game. We can't have just a regular all-star game anymore, folks, because the multi-million-dollar players that they have, brands that they have out there on the floor, they don't really care to do that. They don't want to give back to the fans and see really who's better than who and all these things for the fandom of basketball and all this stuff. They don't give a fuck. Right? They'll go out there, they'll score 250 points, they'll miss dunks and layups and shoot half-court shots and three-quarter court shots. So that it's gotten so bad because the players are such a bunch of knucklehead muttonheads that the NBA had to step in and go, hey, now we have to go to 3 games. You're going to play 3 games now, but it's going to be split up into 4 teams. And they're going to have like the rookies play a game, and have the broadcasters and people pick the teams, which is all better. Believe it or not, this is actually better and could solve something here. But it also can put the NBA right out there again, looking stupid, because watch the rookies end up winning the thing because they'll care the most. Simple as that. Can't make these adults over here act like adults. They had Larry Bird. The commissioner sent in Larry Bird to talk to the teams and said, just compete. Come on. You guys, show us what you got. And then they laid that fucking egg out there last year. I haven't watched in years because it's always been ridiculous. I mean, when they started even making team captains, Team LeBron and all this stuff, terrible.
It's the shits.
Awful. Team LeBron. He had guys on his team that were better than him. And he's a captain on the team. What a stupid idea that was. But we all know why it was. It's because it's the NBA now. He's still considered a thing when he hasn't been a thing basketball-wise in a very long time. So take your all-star game, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, shove it up your candy ass. That's what I have to say about that. Get out of here. Get out of my life. I don't care what you do. Change it any which way you want. They're idiots. The most unlikable league out there. And there's some unlikable leagues. NFL's pretty close to these days. So, yep. I'm a pro basketball expert, football expert, wrestling expert, Superman expert. Look at these. Have you seen these before? For you people listening on, Apple iTunes and all that other stuff, I'm showing off my comics right now. Because why not? It's Superman time. Remember this one? Nobody liked this movie, but I have the official comic to it. None of these are going to be like breaking the bank, really. That's one of my earliest ones. World's finest right there. I don't have a ton of Superman, but I do have enough to show off here. Good series, by the way. What's going on, Lit Man? NBA is the shits. Can't even watch my Wolves. And I live in Minnesota. Same here. I mean, I'll watch the Celtics, the world champion Celtics. There's gay Superman, by the way. First, that's Superman's son. Super gay man. Has a boyfriend with pink hair. Not lying. Here's a cool one. Remember this guy? Doomsday. And for people that don't know anything about, always happens once a show. Kicks me up for a second. But I'm back. But for the people that don't know anything about comics, this thing right here is a barcode, right? And what that means is it's a newsstand copy, which makes it rarer. More rarer. Death of Superman. Oh, we're going to go on at least for a couple more. I'm on a roll right now. And I love Mylar bags because they're shiny. They're heavy. If you're a collector, you got to have that one. Like I said, I'm not even like a big Superman guy either. It's just, this is maybe half of the Superman stuff I have. Power Girl. It's just a good artist. David Nakayama, shout out to you. It's clean. And then this one is one of the newer ones that I've gotten in the past few years. Great variant. Metallo, I believe. So, yep. True expert in all things, especially Superman. That's why we watched the trailer. That's why I'm doing this show, right? Best in the world. We've already gone through all that. Modern NBA hoops. This is Litman. Modern NBA hoops is the 3-point algorithm. It's unwatchable. SGA and his foul baiting. Same with Luka. Yes, I agree with all this. It all started with James Harden with that goofiness. I mean, LeBron really, to me, he's the front man as far as ruining the NBA. Sorry, kids. I know you've been brainwashed for your entire lives. Basically, anybody under 30, you've probably been brainwashed your whole life. I even was at the very beginning of the whole LeBron. I watched the whole thing happen. It's not like I don't know what's going on. I've seen a lot of these games. I've watched them play. I've watched, all this stuff. So I was rooting for him, actually, the first, before he went to Miami. I was pretty much done with him when he went to Miami. But even before that, I wasn't rooting against him unless he went against the Celtics. When he almost beat The Pistons, that's peak LeBron to me. At that age, he is a freak of nature. He's definitely a top 30 player, in my opinion. And people think that's crazy to say, but it's because it's like, why? We're only supposed to be, it's like him and Jordan only? No, that debate's been gone a long, long time ago. It's Kobe's better, Bird's better, Magic's better, Wilt's better, Russell's better, Duncan's better. Like if we're gonna take it all into context, all this basketball stuff, how the league allows LeBron to stat pad, actually helps him stat pad by giving him fake assists, open rebounds, and layups. Just go look at his field goal percentage and the shooting charts. You would think he's a center. You know, he only shoots around the basket. The steroid stuff. I mean, you really think that he's just keeping himself in that good a shape for that long? Really? With all the money that's at stake? Really? Are we going to be all that naive and childlike? Oh, no, he couldn't. He's just a freak of nature and he can play 20 years in the NBA, no problem. Sure. There's just too much. The super teams, he's the first person to start the super team era. He fucked the whole thing up. He fucked the game up in a literal sense. So, I mean, come on. Yeah, pretty much when Kobe died, the league died with him. And this is coming from I'm a Celtics fan. And I couldn't stand Kobe the first part of his career. He was a dickhead. And I'll still stand by that. He was a douche. That guy was a douchebag. Young Kobe Bryant and all this. The way he would just chuck up. He would miss like 30 shots and keep shooting. And they'd be like, oh, it's like, that's Kobe Bryant. And, you know, but that's good. And I'm like, he just missed like 50 shots. It's not good. Okay. Maybe calm it down. Maybe pass to a teammate. But he definitely grew out of it and gained my respect, beating the Celtics and everything. Even though I think the Celtics should have won that game 7 if Perkins actually played. The one game he doesn't play, I find that highly suspect. He was that injured he couldn't play that game. So basically, Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum are playing volleyball at the basket all night. They just got all the rebounds and all the offensive rebounds and won that game 7 by just a little bit. But they won. So, yeah, Kobe Bryant, head and shoulders above LeBron James, in my opinion. LeBron James doesn't have the it factor, okay? We all know this. We've known it for years. He's the complete shits.
It's the shits.
In the fourth quarter, when it counts, he's terrible. He always folds. Just go listen to Skip Bayless the past 10 years. But he's not even like hard enough on him, I don't think. And people think it's crazy to be like that critical of him. I already said he's a top 30 player, but let's not act like he's top 5, top 2. Fuck out of here. You don't know ball. Clearly, you don't know anything about basketball. That's how I just see it. And the kids, they just go, oh, he had another triple-double the other night. Oh, did he? That's how you're measuring this in Adam Silver's NBA, where we're scoring more than ever. It's like they're scoring so much now, it only matches up with the 60s, the amount of scoring that's happening. And when that was going on, that was like the era where Wilt Chamberlain was scoring 100 points and shit. It's ridiculous. It's gimmicks. They're trying to get the game over, but by doing that, they're actually setting it back because we're in an era now where everything is online and it's being analyzed by people like Dr. Huge, and we see what you're doing. And don't dumb it down. They fucking nerfed everything. They're nerfing everything. Yep. LeBron is the Drew Brees of the NBA, a record high offensive player because the league propped him up. Yeah. I mean, I think Drew Brees is really, really good, but he did get to compete in a dome most of the time. You know what I mean? There's certain things you have to put things into context, kids, and no kids ever do that. They just go, oh, triple-double. They're playing you. His assists, half his assists aren't real. He's getting all his garbage time points when they're losing. And then just look where they're at. And they got Anthony Davis and a whole team around him that's actually good and wins games when he's not playing. Fuck out of here. LeBron James is the GOAT. Crazy. You guys are crazy. And those people that even think that, man, there could be a whole podcast just done about this. Outrageous. So anyway, let's fly through SmackDown. It's about to happen. But Gargano versus Alex Shelley, that's happening. Nia Jax and Candice LeRae versus Bianca and Naomi, who I'm starting to think Naomi might have attacked Jade Cargill backstage. I'm not saying Drew Brees wasn't great, but he was the benefactor of the league changing the rules. Yep. It all happened in 2004. That was one of the main changes. You couldn't push or hold receivers past 5 yards. They did that because of the Patriots. And the Colts were complaining because they were just held to 3 points in a playoff game against them on the offseason. And they said, nope, you can't hold anymore. You can't do any of that touching stuff. And then the PI age really got boosted up even more. But yep, Drew Brees was around for all that. And all his guys got open. Marquise Colston, fucking Michael Thomas. He had some good ones. Olave, never. Right? Oh, what else is happening tonight? Strowman is on the Grayson Waller effect, so I'm actually looking forward to that. Bloodline 2 versus Apollo, Andrade, and LA Knight. Can they stick together and beat the Bloodline 2? Who knows? They should hate them enough. They've been beating them up for weeks. And King Reezy, it had to be said. Oh, it had to be Naomi. She was jealous of Jade's spot. I'm loving it. We're killing it out here, Reezy. 2 p.m. tomorrow. Pro wrestling expert panel of geniuses all over the internet. YouTube. We're going to be talking about this whole week in wrestling. Definitely subscribe. Get your notifications rung. And Mac Diesel in the house. Shout out to you, bro. 2020 killed Pro Stars or sports as we knew it. Yep. It really did. And especially when, the deadliest thing in the world is out here and we're still playing games on TV. We're still wrestling each other in underwear and bleeding and sweating all over each other. Got it. Love when you show your comics, and those Superman comics are the shit. Oh, man, look at this one. This is my favorite one as of late because it's the newest. But yes, I mean, he looks like Bruce Campbell. Look, it's Bruce Campbell right there. Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Yep, plenty more where that came from. Maybe I'll do a part 2, all the ones, the Superman comics that are like my lower tier. But I keep these for the books I have. I keep for a reason. Usually it's because I pulled them off the shelves, as a kid, and I don't plan on selling any of those. Plus, they're all beat up anyway. I wouldn't get a lot for even some good ones. But I mean, I have some decent stuff. I got a Deadpool first appearance. I got this and that. I got some Silver Age X-Men. I'm doing okay for myself in that stuff. Mainly Spider-Man. I got a lot of Spider-Man. What kid doesn't, right? He's the best. And then a lot of Punisher. Because, kids love the Punisher too, right? This kid did. Anyway, we'll catch up with you guys again tomorrow, 2 p.m. You got to subscribe. You got to do it. I need the watch time on YouTube. So if you're watching on X or TikTok, definitely jump over here. And maybe we'll do some TikTok streams in the future dedicated to TikTok where it's like on a cell phone angle. So all the people that are at work or watching on their phones will have a much better angle of my face, when they're pleasuring themselves out in at Applebee's or whatever at 7 p.m. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm just going to stop babbling. Bye.
Titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Smoky Smoke.
He's a great podcaster.
Tricky Smoke.
Acknowledge me.
We got it for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You fucking mark!
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
This guy is fucking stupid!